What is going on in Houston, Texas? For the last couple of days, the Houston Texans have actually put a lot of not only players but coaches on the podium. We started off with Deshaun Watson to J.J. Watt. You've had Bill O'Brien on there. Our new special teams coach has been on there. Randall Cobb has been on there. David Johnson, Brandon Cooks. And man, look, you really got a lot of, information when it came to the Houston Texans, especially from their new members when it came to David Johnson, when it came to Randall Cobb, when it came to Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks being a player who's came out and said, look, you guys do not need to worry about these concussions. Everything is good. And for a guy to me that's had that many concussions, I don't know how to take that, to be honest, because from personal experience, when I had my first concussion, I didn't actually realize I had a concussion until 30 minutes later. I'm driving on the freeway. I'm trying to drive my friend to his house, and then everything's like extra like shiny from my peripheral vision, really glossy. And then I get home and I'm sitting on the couch, and dude, like, I'm over there crying, and while I'm crying, I'm telling myself, bro, you have nothing to cry about. You're literally just crying for no reason. And so, it got me to looking up everything that happens with a concussion. And of course, it messes with you emotionally. It messes even with you digestively. So, it does definitely take a toll on your bodies. For someone who has taken 4 concussions. So for a guy who's had 4 concussions, I don't really know how to take it when he says, oh, we're all good here. Could have some of those been a misdiagnosis? I don't know. But for someone who's had 4 and for them to be like, everything's all good, let's go. They're kind of iffy for me. Now, look, one of the things I did notice from Brandon Cooks when it came to him playing with the Rams last year, any ball that he got deep and he felt the defender's presence right there, you can see him kind of like clinch for the hit. And I think that's why I say I rather throw deeper to Fuller more than to Brandon Cooks. Let Brandon Cooks be more of a decoy. You're going to have to throw to him deep from time to time, but I really hope that they trigger Fuller to be their number 1 deep target. And look, all of the wide receivers that they have now are deep targets, which bring me to this point. Today, Kenny Stills has been put on the non-injury football list with an illness. Not sure if that's COVID related, because I think COVID related players are actually put on IR because they obviously need 2 negative tests. And you guys have heard me say about that, everything that's needed for them to return. So curious to see if that's just maybe a common cold or what is going on with Kenny when it comes to that. So hoping for the best and the quickest recovery for him. I've came out and blatantly said that I think Kenny Stills is a guy who's going to eat. I think a lot of people don't think that he's going to be a guy who's going to have the most yardage on this team. And I think that truly that he is going to be that person. And so, look, the other concerning thing that I heard about this press conferences was David Johnson. Look, early on when David Johnson had been fairly acquired, he talked about the fact that his way of remembering a playbook or remembering calls was to write it down on a notepad, index cards, flashcards if you must. And that was the way of him really retaining or studying. So he again brought up the playbook and talked about wanting to learn that. And so to me, it's like, you've had the playbook for almost 2 months now and you're still struggling with it. I don't think that's the greatest sign for a running back, especially when you had a guy like Carlos Hyde who came in late in the season last year, and they said that he didn't learn on the whole playbook, but he learned what he needed to do for that Sunday. So I'm wondering what David Johnson is doing. I know that they've already came out this week and said they want to do the double, and I've said this, it'd be stupid for them not to do this, to have the 2 running back sets. That is brilliant. You need to maximize Duke Johnson. It's not about just David Johnson, catching out of the backfield, but you got to maximize Duke Johnson, and to have them both going out wide, it could definitely pay out dividends because you definitely don't have that many linebackers in the league who can cover. Which brings me to my next point. Man, it's 69 players officially opted out of this season, and some teams have definitely hit real crucial status. I want to say they've lost really potential and talented players that are not so easily replaced. The Texans, very luckily, only had one player opt out, and O'Brien said in his press conference he did not see any other player opting out, and he said it would be a surprise if that did happen. You know, deadline happened and no one opted out. So that means that everyone on the Texans except for Eddie Vanderdoes will be participating. Now, the second tier of the opting out has to do with an immediate threat to family members. If something that a family member has, a condition that they have affects that player, or that player affects them, vice versa, those I think are the second options to opting out. I think it's a little bit more complicated than just the first one, which is just letting your team know and getting what you're going to get, which I think is anywhere from $350,000 to I'm not too sure if that's for every player, but I did hear some players that's what they're basically going to get. And we had some rookies opt out from other teams, which I thought was really head scratching. Maybe they felt like they weren't even going to get snaps this year, so they were like, hey, I'm not going to risk it. But man, definitely interesting things. Also for the press conferences from the Houston Texans, you heard things like Randall Cobb being an option to return punts or return kicks. That'll be interesting. I think I'm not sure when was the last time Randall Cobb actually returned a kick. I think the last time that I seen him do that was when he was with the Packers. So knowing that you want to keep your wide receivers healthy, knowing that he's of an older age, not too sure what they do there. I really, like I said, hope that this guy that they got from Georgia, the undrafted wide receiver, can really go in there and honestly take Carter's spot. Because I've said it time and time again, whenever they punt to Carter, it's really 50-50. You don't know if he's going to take it for a good distance or he's going to end up fumbling. And that is probably a risk that you do not want to take with a player. And it's just as simple as that. Nothing against Carter. But like I've said, the other piece is not just that returning, but they also have to be able to be that one player when things are being stale on offense. They can jump in and they can help push the chains. You definitely need that in your depth. Yeah, man, that's pretty much today's video. I just wanted to give you guys updates on what's been happening with the Texans. Tomorrow we might dive in deeper into some of those calls. We might not. It's all based on what I end up feeling like doing at the end. But man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And man, another part that I forgot to mention, on my birthday this Wednesday we hit 400. We're up to 441 now. So as soon as we hit 400, got a bunch of other subscribers in a cluster, which is great because, to be honest, once we hit 500, I'm going to do something special for you guys, the subscribers. So hey, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's a great channel for Houston Texans talk. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hey, you know what it is every day, baby. It is H-Town. Let's get it.